At no point in this season did I think I'd be doing a video on the 6-7 Detroit Lions. And sometimes when you say it out loud, 6-7, it might not sound the most impressive in the world, but what the Detroit Lions are doing is extremely impressive. And what Jared Goff is doing is extremely impressive. So I'm excited to talk about this Lions team. This one's going to be a mostly, as much as I can, unedited video, just ranting about this Detroit Lions team that I've loved watch play. They're just fun to watch. They're a team that could be way better than 6-7, but they're also a team that could be saving their season and making a playoff run. In the meantime, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'm really close to 5,000 subscribers. I want to see if we can hit that. Hit the like button. I want to get at least 100 likes on this video. And I'm trying to do videos every single day, 7 days a week, a lot of NFL and NBA. So if you enjoy those things, any support means the world. DM me on Instagram. The same ad is here, Sammy on Tap. That's SAMI on Tap. You might see it on that sign. Tell me what you want to watch next. Much love, and let's get back to the video. Detroit Lions team, man. The frisky Detroit Lions. Well, a couple weeks ago, Dan Campbell thought he was going to be fired. Well, he said he reads that people talk about him getting fired, but same difference. Everyone thought he was going to get fired, and he probably was going to get fired pretty soon because the Dan Campbell experience started off with a 1 win and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses to start this year. A 1-6 team with a win against the Commanders, which actually looks like a good win now. But they had a lot of collapses, and they weren't a good football team. But now all of a sudden, that 1-6 Lions team is sitting at 6-7, and they're quietly there for a playoff spot. I'm not saying they're going to make it, but I think I saw last night during the Sunday Night Football feed that they're at a 25% chance to make the playoffs. If a couple things fall their way, they might be a playoff team if they keep winning games. They got the Jets next week, and that might be the game of the week. The Jets and the Lions, both teams fighting for playoff spots, fighting for their playoff lives, and they're both fun teams to watch, which I don't know what year it is. I know they say it's 2020, but I don't know what world we're living in. I know they say it's 2020. The Jets and Lions might be the most exciting game for me to watch outside my hometown Seahawks this Sunday. Very interesting. In December. In December, too. We're not talking about in, September. In December. So I'm shocked. But this Lions team needs more respect. With wins against a win against the Vikings last week, stopping them from winning the division, not so fast. They were about to win the division, but they won that game, and they did not have an epic collapse, because we'll get to that. They had an epic collapse earlier this year against the Vikings. They beat the Jaguars, who have been a team that's very up and down, but a decent team. They beat the Giants, a team in playoff contention. They beat the Bears by 1, who's frisky, and they beat Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers as part of this, 5 wins and 1 loss run. The team they lost to is the Bills, and they were right in that game on Thanksgiving. They only lost 28-25 to the Bills, only lost by 3, and actually played a really clean, good football game. And earlier in the season, you got to remember, week 1, they lost to they lost to the Eagles, week 1, 38-35. Only lost to the Eagles by 3, the team that might be the best team in football. They beat the Commanders, a team who's in the playoffs right now, that they're going to be maybe a tiebreaker there that could be interesting. They lost to the Vikings earlier this year, where I think they were up by 14 going into the fourth quarter with an epic collapse. So that's another win that they should have had. They lost to the Seahawks at home. I remember that, my hometown Seahawks, 48-45. That's a devastating loss at home, to score 45 points and lose, and your defense gives up 48. They lost to the Patriots in a bad game and the Cowboys in the bad game, but then lost to the Dolphins by 4 points. They have so many losses outside of the Cowboys and Patriots loss. So they've I said they were 6-7. So 5 out of their 7 losses were a total of a combined 3-7. Let's see. They lost by the Eagles. They lost to the Eagles by 3. The Vikings by 4. So that's 7. They lost to the Seahawks by 3. That's 10. And they lost to the Dolphins by 4, so that's 14. And they lost to the Bills by 3, by 17. So 5 out of their 7 losses were combined 17 points. So a lot of 3-4 point losses. That's tough as a Lions fan, because you're right there. You were right there. But one of the most exciting teams to watch, and I think they deserve more credit. And there's one guy that I think deserves more credit. It's not Dan Campbell, even though I gave him some love. Dan Campbell at least makes this team rally around him. They're obviously excited to be part of this organization and excited to be coached by him because they were down in the dumps at 1-6, and they rallied around him and they played good football. And here we are. They're in the playoff race. But Jared Goff. Oh boy, Jared Goff. 3,300 yards on the season, 8th in the NFL. 22 touchdowns and 7 picks. Top 5 in touchdowns. Middle of the pack in picks, which is a good thing. QBR at 61.2, 6th in the NFL. Throwing for, freaking, what is it on the season this year? Like 60s, the high 60s in completion percentage. But 3,400 yards almost, 22 touchdowns, 7 picks for Jared Goff. Since week 10, Jared Goff has thrown 10 picks has thrown 10 touchdowns and no picks, which is the best in the NFL. This long-term trade for the Lions with Matt Stafford and Jared Goff might actually end up in their favor. Jared Goff's only 28 years old. Jared Goff's younger than me. Jared Goff's only 28 years old. Matt Stafford's 34, going on the back end, getting hurt a lot. And Jared Goff's just kind of hitting his prime. And I'm not saying his prime is going to be as good as Matt Stafford's. I'm not saying that at all, even though he did go to a Super Bowl early in his career. But right now, at 3,400 yards, 22 touchdowns, 7 picks, Matt Stafford he took a beating in Detroit. So let's not hate on Matt Stafford because I love Matt Stafford. I was so happy he won a Super Bowl, and I thought it was fair for Lions fans to root for him in LA because he deserved it. He took a beating. But right now, this actually might be the better move. So I'm proud of this Detroit Lions team, and I'm proud of what they're doing. And let's see what they can do. Jets-Lions. I'll be back after that game if the Lions win because this is going to be an interesting one this weekend. Much love. I'm Sammy on Tap. I appreciate y'all listening to my rants. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. And hit the like, subscribe, the bell button. Any support means the world. I'm trying to hit 5K subscribers. So please help me. I love y'all, and peace.